Today is about love, and many will brave the cold in an effort to bring attention to missing loved ones. The annual Valentine's Day Memorial March is set to get underway shortly, honoring missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and Two-Spirit peoples. Tyler Barrow has more.
Hundreds are set to participate in the 17th annual Valentine's Day Memorial March, bringing attention to the thousands of missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and Two-Spirit peoples.
Now is the time of year where everyone's thinking about love, and there are so many people who've been lost, and we still love them, we still hold them in our hearts.
Shanyo is marching in honor of her great aunt, who went missing but ended up being found dead, and her second cousin, who's been missing for 3 years. These red cutouts will be carried to honor those missing and their loved ones who are still looking for answers. Dozens of other victims' friends and family members are expected to attend.
It's so unfortunate that we have lost so many beautiful people, but it's also important that we share their stories.
The march also draws attention to the disproportionate number of Indigenous women targeted by violence and the systemic inequalities that exist. Recent statistics from the Canadian Research Institute estimate 1,200 Indigenous women and girls are missing or have been murdered in Canada, but other estimates put that number closer to 5,000. Indigenous women are 5 times more likely to die as a result of violence, more than any other group of women in Canada, and they're at a greater risk of being assaulted by an intimate partner or by a stranger.
It would be very to find anybody in the Indigenous community that hasn't been touched by this.
Voyager specializes in Indigenous women's studies. Her husband's aunt was found murdered. She claims Indigenous women are devalued in society, often labeled as victims of their own choices. It's a notion she disputes. She calls for swifter response from law enforcement.
When we go to the police and report one of our loved ones missing, that we should expect action right away.
The march is held nationwide. Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Calgary.
The speeches start at 6:30 at Scarborough United Church. Everyone will leave the church starting at 7:30 as the march heads down 17th Avenue before turning onto 14th Street.